Hello, YouTube. All right, so my name's Kara-Leah and I've been teaching yoga since 2006. I just launched a new program, Apprenticeship, for yoga teachers and facilitators who want to go deep into awakening and liberation so they can teach from the deepest place possible. And I feel so good about this body of work, so freaking excited. So it just feels like my dharma. And I've just delivered the first webinar. Intake closed yesterday, and I had one person sign up, the lowest I've had in any of my containers in the last 10 years, even though I feel more clear and more certain and more excited and more yeah about this than anything I've ever done before. And that one person wasn't able to make the webinar. So I delivered the webinar to nobody. And oh my God, it was possibly one of the best webinars I've ever delivered. And I'm so freaking excited about it because I no longer need the external validation to know what's true. And this is like a litmus test. This is like the initiation. And I'm just like, fuck yeah, let's go. And this is really important for you to recognize as a yoga teacher and facilitator, is that when you put something out there and you are there to deliver and only one person or two people show up, or maybe no people show up, right? Your ability to deliver as if you're delivering to millions is part of what makes you an extraordinary teacher. Whereas if you need the people in the room to feel good about yourself, or you need the people in the room to validate you, or you need the people in the room because you need their energy and you need your feedback in order to radiate and be the awesome fucking teacher and facilitator that you are, you're a neediness. You're a needy teacher, right? Nothing wrong with that. It's just what's happening right now, but become aware of it so that you can start to burn through it and get to the point where if you show up to deliver a yoga class at the studio and nobody is there, you just go, I'm just going to deliver like there's 10 people in the room, and you still deliver your class. You might not verbalize it out loud, but you do the thing, right? And in my case, I still did the webinar because I'm recording it knowing, I know in the next intake that I'll probably, I only want to intake 10 people at a time and slowly build it up because I want to have a really strong foundation and I want to work interpersonally with it's apprenticeship for a reason, right? I'm working interpersonally with everyone, supporting their process of awakening and liberation. This is not a mass thing. This is a thing. And so when I delivered the webinar, I delivered it knowing that down the line, the one awesome human who signed up right now, she is going to watch that webinar and she is going to receive enormous benefit, over delivered. The program itself is so moderately priced, and I'm going to deliver it like it's a $50,000 webinar, and I reckon I did. But it's not just her, right? I know that there'll be more people and more people and more people and more people that watch that webinar, you see. So when it comes to you as a yoga teacher and facilitator, right, recognize that the process of teaching itself is going to call you into awakening and liberation. The shit that comes up for you as a teacher or as a facilitator is revealing what you need to do to liberate and to awaken so that you can teach from the deepest, most awesome, incredible, amazing place, right? Because what we need is teachers, facilitators that have a degree of realization, that aren't just teaching asana, but are also have some level of awakening and liberation that's unfolding, a degree of realization that's happening so that then gets transmitted. And that's the mission that I'm on. I'm just okay, there's a degree of realization that's unfolding here, and I want to support those other yoga teachers and facilitators who have that beginning to happen, and they're like, how do I work with this? How do I deepen into this? What is this awakening and liberation thing? How do I be the most freaking amazing teacher, facilitator, so I can serve the people to the next level degree? So I just wanted to come on and share that with you, to recognize that when you go to teach or facilitate, if there's less people there than you expected or less people there that you wanted, how it makes you feel and how you react reveals the degree of attachment and neediness between teacher and student that still exists, right? Which is great because it reveals something, it reveals where you are, so then you know what you need to do in order to dissolve that, so that you can come into a place where you no longer need the external validation at all from your students, that you are not using your students for that kind of validation, for example, right? Because that creates a codependent relationship, and that's not really that useful. Okay, my name's Kara-Leah, and if you're curious about apprenticeship, I'll drop a link down below, and applications are still open, but the next intake's not going to happen for a little while. Blessings to you all.